I hope you're well. So this is a reading for this full moon, which is coming up tomorrow. It's UK time. It's around 8:20 in the morning. I think it's actually 8:17. So I don't know where it is, what time it is everywhere else. A bit later, I guess, in America, USA. Right. So what's coming up with this moon is a healing moon. It's facilitating healing through the feminine energy. So it means that it's going to come up as heartbreak and the dissolving of the ego. And how it's working for twin flames is that it's the breaking down of the masculine ego in the masculine twin, in the one that's working from the masculine. So it's breaking down their ego and it's bringing them into the heart. So where that's going to happen, the feminine, who's working from the feminine, who's the one watching this, no doubt, is going to be feeling heartbreak because they will feel what's going on in the masculine and they'll feel that heart opening that's going on. And it's actually a really healing thing. So wherever you are at with this moon, the idea is to take yourself offline, and that is both literally and physically, lie down, relax, reduce resistance. So whatever you need to drink, whether that's wine or beer or whatever, to reduce resistance, to just let the energy move through the heart. You might feel exhausted, you might feel knackered. I am completely, like, I've just had a boxing match as I woke up this morning. I feel absolutely exhausted. And you might feel like that. You might want to just, I feel by Sunday it'll be waning. So it's like today is Friday morning in the UK, it's going to increase. Might even finish, as early as late Saturday morning in England. So not long after the moon, I feel it might finish, but it's coming on really strong. And it is, in effect, healing the masculine. So, how it's working really is, you might notice whatever you've been through earlier this week, or even since the last moon that's built up, is ego. So ego is any kind of, in being in your head in any way, thinking, worrying, stressing. That being on a circle in your head where repetitive thoughts, that can be ego as well. And you might have had, because what happens is, how the ego comes up and what facilitates that is communication, basically. So in terms of other people, you might have noticed it's the communication that goes between you. If you have someone come towards you and you have to do something, it's an unpleasant communication. Maybe they're coming from ego and they're coming towards you, and that brings you into ego because the communication itself is ego. And it builds up inside you as resistance because ego is not higher self and it's not freedom and it's not let go. So any form of communication, unless it's something, my preferable communications are when I'm stood outside a shop and I just have a brief chat with someone of like what the weather's like, that's it. I love that. But everything else is like, oh God, it just gets right inside your body, and it affects your vibration. So that ego, right, is what's been building up basically since the last moon. This ego is no love, right? So where there's heavy ego, heavy communications, or even just an emphasis on what goes on in the mind, it means that there's no letting go, and it means that there is, it's kind of operating against the feminine energy of coming into the heart. But the reason it builds, like there's a reason for everything, and the reason that it kind of, it's like, well, you almost get to your limit of how much ego you can be in, and then it collapses down into the heart. So we've built that up, and now it is collapsing into the heart, which means that it's all going to be released. And what that means is it's building up in, the masculine is the ego, and the one that works from the masculine is, has to come really heavy and hard into that ego, and then they collapse down into what is love. So they're coming into the heart, but you'll feel it because your ego will collapse down. I think everybody's going to feel like they just want to be on their own and kind of be away from people and process, and process this energy, because it's actually the masculine coming into the heart. So like I say, you feel it maybe through heartbreak, memories coming up around your twin, that you can't, this whole journey is about letting go, right? But there was, it's never about a right or a wrong and what's going on and what's coming up in you. It's only about what has to come up, because you are releasing resistance in them as well as you. So it's not, you can only let go of your own process. You cannot leave them because you're engaged energetically. You cannot leave that energetic link. And then what comes up from them inside of you is what needs to be let go of, but not in a way that it's like pushing it away, just in a way that it's like, okay, this is coming up because this is a fulfillment of what has to go on between us energetically. So I'm now feeling the ego leaving my twin. I'm feeling the releasing into the heart. So where you're having memories of them, they'll be having memories of you. They'll be feeling about you again, because they have to come back into the heart. To be able to come back to you, basically, from separation. So none of this is about a physical activity at the moment, of a contact. It's about the moving into the heart energy, right? So nothing is wrong in terms of like when you feel heartbreak. It's just, what is it for? And that's what it's for in this case, because it's a Virgo moon, it's a feminine moon, and it's a healing moon. And it's a very physical moon. Virgo's a very physical sign. It's an earth sign. So feeling it through your physical body. When the masculine comes into the heart, which is a remembrance of you and where love lies in relation to them, and in that connection, that's a physical connection, they feel the heartbreak and you feel it come through you. So that's really what we've got. So again, it's going to be a physical feeling of heartbreak. You might cry. You might just need to, like I say, lie down. And if you do what your body needs, All right, get a few cards out. It's going to be a quick reading because I'm feeling it myself coming through. So I want to actually just get this done and go lie down. Okay, so we've got timing in the Wheel of Fortune, and then we've got dark to light in the Five of Swords, and that is the ego changing into light. So it's the ego changing into the heart. Energy moving through. So it's the right time for that. It's the right time. It's like the ego collapses, the heart energy opens in the masculine. You feel it coming through. That's what that is. Timing, moving through. Happiness. Happiness is always a completion point. So it depends how far you've come into your higher self on this journey. Higher self is it's where you channel, right? So it doesn't come through the mind. Higher self is claircognizance, for example, that comes straight from source down through your crown chakra, bypassing thought process, and arrives in you and on a cellular level as complete and utter knowingness. Now, when you're on this journey, depending on where you're at, you're going to have different levels of that. And what that knowingness is, that there's always like a reason for everything that happens. So when you get into the so much higher self that you're pretty much happy all the time, and you're feeling great all the time, and then suddenly a moon like this comes along, takes you right back into what is the breaking down of heartbreak, basically, and feelings are like loss and grief and confusion. Your happiness level doesn't. It's like you're still, that's still available to you because you know what's going on, right? And when you get that, and if you're feeling that, then just know that you're closer to your reunion, because the higher self is supportive of this journey, and the higher self is happiness, because the conclusion that's the physical reunion is known to higher self. So higher self will always be happiness because it has the knowing that it's the connection to source. It doesn't have the worry and the fretting and the fear that's in the brain, because it's not thought. All right, let go. Six of Swords, let go of the mind. So this is a conflicting thing, right? This is a confusion sometimes where it lies. It's like, I thought I'd let go, so why am I feeling this again? Well, because you're feeling what they're feeling, and your let go is only a certain point on the process. Them coming into the heart is a part of, they're behind you in the process, so they've got to come into the heart and be in that heart. Their heart still has to break to do that. That's what heartbreak is. It's grief and loss over lost love. That's what it is, and that's what they have to experience in relation to you. So their process will not be finished before yours. So it doesn't matter. Like I say, you have to let go, but you're letting go for a reason. You're not letting go because you've got to let them, they're leaving you. It's an energetic connection, right? And leaving behind what you love in the Eight of Cups, it's like the spiral as well of the journey. So you walk away from love that's still there. And this is where they're at, right? In separation, they walked away from what they love. So a point like this, which is a healing moon of the feminine, physical body, what they're going to be revisiting inside their physical body is that lost love. And they're going to be revisiting how it felt to have a hug, how it felt to be with you, how it felt to talk to you, how it felt to hold your hand, how you were the only one that they ever really loved. There's multiple partners out there that they've gone through, but what was love in reflection to that partner, and they'll be in themselves this moon, and they're going, no, it wasn't that, no, it wasn't that, no, it wasn't that, no, it wasn't that, no, it wasn't that. Only you are the one that fits that bill. So that's what's going to come up around you and their feelings for you, and as they move into the grief of, oh, all these lost years, all this lost time over not being with that person, a reflection on everything choice that they made in their process of life, and where they made choices to go against their heart and go towards what is really in ego. There is so much different stuff, because ego also contains making decisions that are around not being in the heart, but there's multiple reasons for that, different in every relationship. So some are safety relationships where the masculine doesn't have to open their heart, and they can be in a relationship and they don't have to open their heart. It's not asked of them by the other person, right? So it's a safety mechanism for them. So there's those. That's not love. Love is a brave thing of opening your heart to another person who you know loves you and you love them, and experiencing everything that is. And at certain times on this journey, masculine energy of the fear, they are the fear, it is the fear, runs away from that, right? And then there's other relationships they've got into that are mistakes on a different level. Looking at it from an ego perspective, because they're narcissists that they've got involved with, where it was maybe they tried to open their heart and the person that they were with was not able to open their heart because they couldn't be in the heart. So there's a different pain there in them of a choice that they made. And all this has to drop away, right? And it's like you bring it down onto the head of a pin, where the understanding is there is only one that I loved. And that's where the heartbreak is, right? So in terms of what they're letting go of, it's everything else that isn't you. And you'll feel it coming through you as them. Higher self. So that's the higher self information around the energy that's moving through. Heartbreak, in this case, at this moon, is a facilitating force coming through you. So recognize that in you. It's not you at a certain place on this journey. It's not you, it's them. This moon is them coming through you. Completion in the physical world. So that's what you're bringing through. Completion in the physical world. If you want to see completion as a reunion point, then that's what we're looking at here, because it's in the physical world. So that realization in them of what they've left, that was the only love that they should have hung on to, how it's coming through now, what's letting go inside of them is the resistance that is the ego that stops them moving forward on that understanding. See, and that's how they move forward into the reunion. And then energy moving through, timing for the energy to be moving through in the Ace of Wands, which is a let go in the mind for them and a returning to what they love. Your happiness, right, that your completion point is where it's like you're stood there in this journey at your particular point where it's coming through. And you're like, I know I'm, I feel fine, I feel happy, but this pain is coming through my heart. And that's the heartbreak of the other one. So just recognize that resistance underneath. So what they're clearing, what they're letting go of, is all resistance in coming into reunion. All right, anything else? Masculine energy into the heart, King of Cups. So that's where they're coming into the heart. All right, so you're feeling their pain, like we said, coming through. Happy relationship coming out of this. So they're moving into completion, which is moving towards a better relationship. You see, another thing that's coming through with this heartbreak in terms of the masculine is what is fear around loving again. So if you're in separation from somebody and you're the only one that they ever loved, right? But they've tried multiple different relationships to try to have a relationship. Some where they've opened the heart and been hurt. Some where they haven't been able to open the heart because they didn't actually love that person or have any feelings there. So in then coming towards you, it's this understanding that they are going to have to love again, because you are love, right? So they're opening their hearts so they're able to move towards that, and without any fear, and be able to, like, it's like being able to love again kind of energy. So that's what's coming through, being able to move forward into a relationship again, because they can't do that with you until the heart's opened and they've overcome the fear that is stopping them from doing it. Okay, timing, new beginning in the physical world, Page of Pentacles, that's things that show up in the physical world, and that is on this journey. That in what shows up in the physical world, there's lots of things along the way, but at the end it's a physical reunion. And energy, the movement of fear, so moving through fear in terms of masculine, opening their heart, coming towards a new beginning in the physical world, and timing. So this is a definite point in them getting towards that. Energy moving forward and creation in the physical world again. So we got that, what's being can be created in the physical world through the energy that's moving through. Higher self of the feminine, and two people coming together. So your knowledge, your understanding of what's going on here, just take that on board, and then you'll be able to just let it through with a higher understanding of why it's coming through you, and not be worried, because it's not like you're taking a step back. Know that, all right? Everything is always a step forward. It's never a step back, because we're always clearing and moving in towards reunion. Clarity on what you're doing there, right, which is clearing the path forward from dark to light constantly, and in them as well. And like we say, when you get to your conclusion point, they're still moving forward. Brand new journey in the physical world. So that's what's coming at the end of this. Not exactly at the end of this moon, but from this moon forward, because we're always moving forward. Right, and as we're moving forward, it's getting clearer and clearer and clearer where we're getting to, inside of the feminine knowing it, and inside of the masculine doing it. Okay, divine love coming out on the completion. So that is what your happiness and joy is from, the understanding that because you see, it's the present moment that everything happens in. There's never a future, there's never a past, there's only ever a present moment. Right, these energies that connect people together is a present moment energy. That's why the love is always there. That's why you can't leave the energetic connection. You can't get out of that program. You can only clear through to that point of energy that's connection manifesting into the physical world. And that clears through your experience in the physical world, your incarnated life, their experience in the physical world, their incarnated life. That's Earth. This moon is Earth, it's Virgo, it's feminine, it's healing. So at this moon, we're looking at this incarnated life and the process of each twin in this incarnated life, of what has been around them, how far they've cleared, how far they've come into like a self-fulfilling prophecy of this journey inside of them. For the feminine, it's happiness with a let go. And for the masculine, it's coming into that heart, because the feminine's moved into that. And that is what manifests a connection into the physical world at some point. Right, moving away from confusion in the masculine, healing, confusion. It's like they're coming into this authority over their physical process, their physical life, where there's no fear, ending of the fear, Ten of Swords, ending what goes in the mind, the worries and the stress, being stuck on a circle, right? Like, I can't do it, I'm too scared, right? And then destiny, because destiny, as we said before, it comes from a point of energy which is not thought, it's instinct. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to leave it at that. We'll have one more now moment. So that's what we're looking at right now. So really, if you feel heartbreak coming through, and you feel it like a pain in your heart, and you've got sadness and grief coming up, and it might be, what I'm getting is the last moment I ever saw my twin, and that was in 2006. I'm getting that repeated on a loop in my head, and that image won't go away today. And that's fulfilling, you see, what's coming up in me in terms of helping him move through heartbreak. So it's like I was stuck in a program of seeing that, which is making me be in the heart, and making me feel the pain, because that's where he's at in clearing that pain. So again, what's coming in through the mind is also going to be a part of a process in opening the heart at this moon for the masculine, and like I say, in your physical body as well. So actually feeling heartbreak in your heart. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm closed for the moon, so I'm not answering any emails until probably Monday. I won't be coming in the comments either till probably Monday. Sending you lots of love. Take care. Bye.